Also, about these Playhouse doctors saying that I'm tangenting, because, well, when I have a point, and I go to, say I have a point twice, it's usually because I have a point. And, well, with Dr. Nas there saying I'm tangenting, when she doesn't seem to understand, tangenting means that you're actually saying something repetitively over and over again in psychology class, that she didn't seem to understand, that she was complaining about the grass talking rather than the heroin needle sticking out of her wrist. And I suppose that's why, well, you guys end up with, I don't know, all these characters. Dr. Cruz, more concerned about going on a cruise ship, not concerned about whether or not he's killing his patients or whether or not his patients are alright. Mr. Anderson, having a tumor growing out of his head. And Dr. Nas there, beating around the bush. That I don't think you guys actually understand what psychology is. And, well, that's very interesting that two psychiatrists there have said, oh, we're not psychologists. Then why are you prescribing drugs in the field of psychology as a physician? Do you get it? Do you understand what psychology is there, Dr. Nellens, Dr. Cruz? I don't think you guys understand anything. I think you guys are too concerned about collecting a check your ass can't cash because you haven't even checked out with the almighty chief yet. And it's kind of like you're just gambling with people's lives there, insinuating things about me that you don't even know. Like, I hadn't even seen Dr. Cruz one day, and he was like, already, like, first thing, already made up his mind. Oh, you've got this, you've got that. Really? Do you understand how much pain, how much blood I've lost? You guys are just treating me like you're looking at someone that's mutilated, treating me like I'm a Crayola. And you don't understand, I've been pulling the fire alarm for 24 fucking years. Your police there in Long Beach Police Department are a bunch of coke addict fucking crackheads. They were too concerned about collecting a check and saying, well, you have to have the bruises next time you call us. How does that make any sense? I wasn't even a teenager when that pig showed up. When that crackhead pig showed up. No offense to the uniform. That I've been pulling the fire alarm for 24 fucking years. As those retards were injecting me, playing the little hypnosis fucking charade. Do you understand how much you disgust me there? Yankee doctors? Bushra Nas, Dr. Cruz. I'm not talking about the color of your Crayola, motherfuckers. I'm talking about your patterns. Your behavioral patterns. Do you understand? It's actually normal. It's a valid point when someone's making a point to say it, say 2 or 3 times within their dialogue because they're trying to tell you something. It doesn't mean they're tangenting. Especially when you lock a child up to live with a child molester, a child rapist, drug addict, and you have the district attorney of Long Beach brushing his records his criminal records under the rug. Come clean there, DA of Long Beach. You people don't seem to understand what you did to me. How many times have I called out for help? You know, my voice was actually much deeper and lower than this before I even reached puberty. I was speaking full-blown fucking Deutsch before you pasty whites fucking showed up. And now you're saying, oh no, that's impossible. We don't have that on our research. Then why not look for the answers by searching for the answers? Do you get it? Do you understand how you guys have continuously pushed me over the edge? I can do your commander-in-chief's job in my sleep. While he's collected $450,000 a fucking year, half the city of DC's homeless. You have children and adults, teenagers, elderly people just sleeping on the streets of DC. How is that just? How is that the land of the free, the land of promise, the land of change and progress? You look more and more like a progressive tumor each and every day. I look at your fucking flag. What a disgrace. Do you get it? You guys already surrendered your national fucking rights as a fucking nation. You don't even have your original constitution. You have what George Washington, who wasn't even a first-degree Mason, who got shot in the jaw by, I don't know, a 13 fucking degree Mason from about 10 yards away. You have him, a slaver, telling you slaves are only 4/5 of a human. You have the guy that fucking brought slavery back. Do you get it? England was in the middle of an all-out civil war when you guys are claiming that you were having your revolutionary fucking party. You guys don't know anything about your American history. All you know is the cooked up bullshit you guys kept hypnotizing yourselves to fucking believe. Do you get it? The Constitution was an academic piece before Benjamin Frankenstein it, along with his John Hancock brothers, to bring back slavery. Do you get it? You guys even said you were at war against the Federation the whole time, through and through. There were 65 nations of the Confederacy. You guys don't even understand the Confederate model. The whole South will rise again, dunce hat bullshit. You can throw that fucking out the window. Do you even understand what real Freemasonry is? Or what Freemasonic history is? While you guys are just continuing to ship cargo out of the Strait of Gibraltar rather than fix it. You guys brought back slavery in 1776. You went to war against 65 fucking nations with your little dunce hat fucking society. Back when a quarter meant a quarter ounce of silver, and it had a chief's head on it. Dude, your quarters now, they smell like blood. Your pennies smell like blood. Your nickels, your dimes, all smell like blood. And your dollar bills, feel like all your dead presidents' family members. Clothes and linens recycled down into dollar bills, I didn't come here to make a fucking war. Why are you guys making an enemy out of me? Do you understand how much antisocial behavior patterns you guys are exhibiting? You have no community orientation there. And you're technically not capitalist. Capitalism is technically an architectural field of science. Economics is technically an ecological course where you learn how to name life. Economic. IC pertaining to eco, life, gnome, name. Pertaining to the naming of life. You guys are literally complaining about the name of life while you're in the middle of World War IV. And then you don't even realize you had World War I to World War XII as silver screen movies in the 1800s. I think you guys need to get your head checked and actually read a history book that hasn't been cooked up by a coke addict. Meanwhile, you guys pushed me over the edge over there in USS Columbia. Over the edge. While you guys were hopped up on cocaine, heroin, LSD, lysergic acid, talking about marijuana this, marijuana that. Philip Martinez talking about how he's going to fill up another martini when he gets off watch. Captain Craig of the USS Columbia doing the same thing. And then not caring about which Craig he's going to dump nuclear waste in. Gaffing his fucking logs. Getting swept sideways on that fucking ship hurt. Constantly telling me to shut up. Like a bunch of fucking coke addicts hiding your little fucking disease. Do you get it? The whole fucking time I was on that ship, I was just keeping you guys talking. I guess you guys didn't realize you were being monitored the whole fucking ride through. Then, you had Eridator there. I reported a possible submarine in the vicinity of operations. He decides to throw me off the workstation, the Total Ray workstation, when I had just gotten it, moment of discovery. I fell down, hit my head against the thing there, the chair, after I fell down there, because he just swept me right off. And threw the headphones on, and I was like, no, that's not a submarine. And then it keeps popping up, going, kept going. Sounds like a submarine to me, motherfucker. And this is what he did. Aridator did. What an aridator on a ship. Get in an anchor. Wow. This is what he did. When he figured out it was a submarine, I shit you not. He's like, hey, let's go ahead and... He had us mask the signature with a merchant ship to ride up a merchant lane. I don't know why your alcoholic officers there didn't catch on to it. I think you guys were too busy thinking about spilling other people's Heinz ketchup bottles to collect cash. Correction, checks your ass doesn't have the ability to cash. You guys are just playing with poker chips as if it's a fucking casino game. You haven't even checked out yet, cashed out at the almighty Chiefs concession booth, whatever, wherever you cash out in the casino. See, I don't I don't gamble. And then your little fucking retard fucking doctors there insinuating what? I can't have a tear roll out of my eye when I'm remembering hugging Jesse goodbye? I guess you guys need to stop playing around with purged documents and get your heads checked. Do you get it? My voice was much deeper than this. When I was 8 years old, before I had even reached puberty, I was speaking full fucking blown Deutsch, here and there, as it was coming back. Getting my head thrown against the fucking wall really fucking hurt. Being told not to fucking say that. Being told not to say, don't use the N-word in Deutsch. To a fucking fecal matter racist Brit. Do you get it? I'm not the same ethnicity as that family. Do you understand how many crimes the state of California is guilty of for putting me in the custody of somebody with that many criminal records on his background? I keep telling your cops, but it seems like they don't really want to do their jobs. Like, they're not even open as long as a 7-Eleven. I left a tip over at Fresno Sheriff's Office because, well, all the doors were locked. I handed another tip off to an officer. He kind of looked at it really appalled, a little spooked out there. And, well, I wasn't sure if there was a stalker nearby, so I put the rest of the tip outside the homicide unit of the Fresno Sheriff's Office there because, well, I noticed that there were some suspicious signs like a broken telephone, a woman just for no reason being out there just on her phone, and a couple like people that kind of looked like maybe they were, maybe they weren't, nefarious characters. Just I didn't want to take any chances because I don't roll dice in paradise. And I even waved at the camera. I even took the notes there of what it was I was recalling, and I showed it to the cameras just so they could take a photograph of it. But I don't know if you guys have non-pixelated cameras these days, because it just seems like everything's cheapening. Like a coke addict decided to go from a beautiful television set to getting, one giant pixel television set to chopping it up and sticking that together in 4,000 different pieces, calling it 4K ultra high def. You have to be really high as fuck to think that's high definition. That's not complete. You guys aren't even doing your multiplication tables right. You're not even multiplying correctly. Do you get it? Your idea in the United States of America of teaching children how to multiply does not compute. -2 times -2 does not equal +4. I swear to Christ. If I take 2 loaves of bread out of a out of a store to give to a church, that's -2 pieces of bread taken and put over to the church. Then I multiply that by another -2 of taking another -2 to bring over to a church. That is -4 loaves of bread from the storehouse over to the church. -2 times -2 equals -4. +2 times +2 equals +4. -2 times +2 equals -2. Do you get it? of course, you have your sub part there. It's been a long time. See, I learned how to actually do my multiplication tables in preschool when I was speaking multiple languages at a multilingual school. So it's a process of recovery, right? See, I didn't actually meet Leanne until I was 6. Somebody in that house was drugging us and beating us and abusing us. Anyway, so, okay, back over to -2 times -2, right? -4. If I have 2 electrons, which are negative particles, and I multiply that by another factor of -2 electrons, I end up with -4. 4 electrons. If I have 2 protons, and I multiply that by another factor for 2 more protons, that's 4 protons. +2 times +2. 4 protons. If I take 2 electrons, and I slam them against if I take 2 electrons and slam them against 2 protons, that's 2 neutrons with 4 subparts. Do you get it? How are you guys faring in your idea of a society when you're shooting down all the socialists? Do you get it? Do you understand socialism is not a form of economics, you retards? It's what you do when you're talking to your friends. So I take 2 electrons, that's -2, times 2 protons, that's +2, I end up with 2 neutrons. That's applied mathematics. Do you understand the concept? You're not even teaching children the right answers while you're giving them F's and D's.